everybody. No. Ooh, no.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
Hi guys, welcome to Create Your Chaos. If you're new here, my name is Brittany. I'm actually starting a new series here on my channel. This is the first episode. It's going to be recipes for success. So it's going to be cocktails and advice that I'm giving you. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to be a successful online student. So every tip I give you is going to be a wonderful ingredient for our cocktail, and then at the end, we're going to have an amazing recipe for success in multiple ways. So the first tip that I have to being a successful online student is time management. Now I know we've heard this time and time again, but it really is key. With being an online student, it's so easy to get distracted with things that you have going on at your house. So you want to make sure that you manage your time properly, set up a schedule, whatever works best for you. Set that time aside to make sure you work on your classes. So even if it's 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, an hour here, set that time aside. So at the end of the week, when all of your assignments are due, you're not rushing and trying to get everything done all at once. So now our second tip is organization. Definitely something that will help you, stay on track with everything. Staying organized will really help to make sure that you get all of your assignments done on time, you're completing everything properly. For me, how I stay organized was I like to write everything out. I just like to visually see it. That's how my brain works. So I took a notebook and a calendar and I literally wrote out my schedule and I organized everything. Mondays I'm going to work on assignment A. Tuesdays I'm going to read chapter 1. Whatever I had to do that week, I organized it so I had a set plan. And it was easier, tying back into tip 1, it was easier to manage my time when I had a game plan in mind because I knew how much time I needed for each assignment or chapter, and I was able to balance that properly. Our third tip for being a successful online student is staying in communication. I cannot stress this enough. You need to stay in communication with not only individuals at the college you're attending, also with individuals in your own life, your support system, your family, your friends, your children, if that applies to you. So you need to make sure you telling everyone in your own personal life that you're going to school so they're on the same page as you, so they know, hey, there's certain times when I'm going to have a big assignment due, or I'm going to need a little bit of extra time and I'm going to need you to be understanding. So stay in communication with that. And then as far as people at the college, you're going to have your instructors' direct contact information. So definitely always keep that in the back of your mind. Even though you're learning in your own environment, they're still the ones teaching you. So never hesitate to reach out to them, ask those questions if you have any. If you have something personal going on in your life, like you got really sick in the hospital, just for an example, something like that, you need to communicate with your instructor so they can work with you if need be. Most instructors are honestly really understanding. They're people too. So they'll want to work with you and make sure you get all the help and support that you may need. So the next tip is to keep records of literally everything. When I say everything, I literally mean everything. If this is your first time taking online classes, more than likely you're going to have something amazing called discussion threads or discussion posts, whatever your specific college calls it. You even want to keep records of that. It's for a couple different reasons, okay? So it's to not only have backups in case for whatever reason something you submitted didn't go through properly, you have all those files. and proof of everything, like, hey, I did submit it, take screenshots, literally document everything. So if technology wants to get a random hair up its butt one day and, not go through properly and say something wasn't submitted when it was, you have that documentation, you have that proof, you have the backup files in case you need to resend it, directly to your instructor. And then two, the second thing that's actually going to help you with is when you're studying for like tests and quizzes, you already have all of your direct information. So you can go back and look through it. It's an easy spot to have everything for that specific class that you're on. So that's the fourth tip, to just really make sure you keep all those records. It's really going to come in handy for so many different reasons. The last and final tip number 5, is balance. You want to make sure that you are properly balancing your home life and your school life. And what I mean by that is making sure that sometimes it can be easy to get wrapped up in one or the other. This definitely goes alongside with time management. You want to be able to balance your life properly so you aren't spending too much time on one aspect and other areas of your life are lacking. If you're working on a big paper and you've been working on it for like an hour, 2 hours solid, take a breather, get up from the computer, take a stretch, go get some, spend time with whoever's at your house or your dogs, cats, whatever you got going on, your goldfish, Jerry. Have a moment with them. Eat something, drink something. Like I said, take a walk outside. Just have a breather, take a moment, and then go back to it. Now, obviously, I'm not saying to always, if you're on a roll, do what you gotta do. But you gotta make sure that you're not getting sucked in to one aspect too much. This is a balancing act. After the first couple weeks of school, you'll kind of really have an idea of how much time you'll need each week for your classes and what that schedule needs to look like, how to be organized. So that is my last and final tip. So cheers to you guys. Let's take a sip of this and see how our recipe is tasting like. That's good. Kudos to you if you're embarking on the new journey of going back to school. I know it can be very nerve-wracking and just scary in general. It's something new, especially if, 1, you've never done online classes, or 2, you haven't been in school for a long time. You will cross that finish line and accomplish those goals that you're wanting to. Just use these tips that I gave you guys, and I promise you can do it. One day at a time, you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Bye. Time management. Now, what the flying shit? What just happened? My name is Brittny, and I am doing something. To, doing schoolwork from home, being an online, so when it comes to being an online student, beyond important tip, so the first tip, it's very easy to, okay, no, we'll do that one more time, so I have options. So the first step, oh my God, is beyond important. Because I cannot talk right now. Why is it important? I don't fucking know.
Anywhere you go,